Personally,
Yeah.
like it would be better if you could be a little bit louder.
Okay. How about now? How about now?
Yeah, like just about right. Personally,
Is it better now?
yes. And we're live.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين. Assalamu alaikum again. We have been studying the chapter 13. In this chapter, we studied different, on the same line, but different subjects. And we said we are going to study the last verse of this chapter and pass on to Quraysh, another chapter, which is revealed at approximately the same time. Some scholars say after this chapter. Okay. So we discussed why the Quran says, although we created the human beings in the perfect form, but at the same time we made him go down as low as possible. It means to the lowest, ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين, laws of the law. We reduced him to the laws of the law, as this verse says. But we didn't do this. We did not reduce to the law or laws of the law those who believe and do righteous deeds, and there will be an endless, infinite reward for them. And this is the reality, how you can really deny that whatever we have been doing in this world, there will be a day of judgment. Day of resurrection means everybody after the graduation from this school of the universe, this school of existence of this type, then everybody will be given their degrees according to what they have learned, what they have earned in this world. We know that we always say that this universe is a place of training for us. We say it is like a school. So the courses are going on, teachers are there, the universe is teaching, and the people who get the lesson and learn the lesson somehow better than us, they also keep teaching us as well, practically, especially our human side, our soul is the real criterion for us to make the judgment what is to be learned, what is to be rejected or wrong, so that we will run away from it, we will keep away from them. This is how the setting of the life in this on this earth is established. But the last verse says, of course, in this school, before going to the last verse, in the school of the universe, the purpose is to educate people, not to punish people. School is not established, none of the schools are established in any part of the world in order to punish the students. It is against the sense of schooling, education. No one says, I established this school in order to make people fail and make them not learn at all, punish them. But the purpose of the education is to teach, but it depends on the students whether they learn or they prefer not to learn. So those students who prefer to learn and acquire knowledge benefit from the establishment of the school system. They make progress in their human life, in their humanity. They perfect themselves as much as possible, whatever the subject they choose. Of course, everybody has different area, field of interest. That is welcome, but everybody, whatever the interest area, field they choose, they have to make progress. If they don't, the school fails them. We said that we have to be patient. We have to be very careful. We have to pay attention to this point. The decision is made by the school administration, by the teacher, or the system of the student, whether you are going to pass or you are going to fail, according to whatever the students take their own choices or stand. But the school does not act arbitrarily. Let's say, this guy, I didn't like the color of the shirt he is wearing, I'm going to fail him. No, this is not on the school administration, although decision is made by the administration. But what the decision is based on, according to the success or failure of the student. There is no arbitrary decision is made. So what we hear in the Quran, God says, I am going to pass those people who believe and do righteous deeds. It means learn and be successful in their education. I am going to pass them. I will give them a good degree according to the level of their learning. But the same school says those people who don't learn, who don't make any progress in their education, I am going to fail them. This is what the school does, and it is the right judgment. Most people say, but what? Look at this verse now. Look at the word. We say, then the verse 5 in the middle. Then on the screen, verse 5. Then we reduced him to the laws of the law. if you read it like this, well, which is God who does everything, and he reduces the person to the laws of the law, as if we have no responsibility. It is his decision. What shall I do? Because everything is decided by him. Yeah, correct. Everything is decided by him, but you have free will. That's why we are asked to be careful about establishing your belief firmly. Establishing your belief, it means questioning it, deciding what is right, what is wrong, according to making your decisions, your conclusions, and according to your belief, acting in this world. So if you don't believe, definitely you will act contrary. It means contrary to righteousness. So God says in the last verse, is not God the most just of all judges? What does it mean? It is interesting, as if God is the most just of all judges. What are the judges, other judges? Who are they? Who will decide about my virtue? In this world, no one knows what I have in my heart. In this world, no one knows I have in my mind. Which kind of intentions I held, no one knows. Maybe physical action, but physical action is or is valuable depending on my intention, on my awareness, on my purpose, lots of other things which are hidden from the perception of everybody. Nobody in the world can know it. So this kind of language is used in the Quran. The purpose of this kind of language is this. The Quran, by definition, is the verbal guidance made by the creator of the universe, owner of the universe, owner of the human beings, and speaking to human beings. Don't confuse speaking to other creatures as well. Maybe, but as far as I am a human being, so I take my portion. I take my message. So as far as I'm concerned, my creator is speaking to me. That is what the Quran claims to be. So we have to be careful that the one who created me will speak to me according to my capacity, according to my living experiences in this world, according to the tools which have been provided for me. So the universe has some sort of documents, evidence for me, so that I can work on them, materials that I can work on them, try to understand what do they mean for me, what is the purpose in their existence, and ultimately understand what is the purpose of my human side, my soul. So while I am analyzing, if you noticed that I am using my experiences, my tools, my qualities in order to analyze what my creator is teaching me. Somebody may say, no, I am not using my criterion. Yeah, I just use God's guidance. Man, be careful. This is a very, very zealous claim that I just follow the Quran. That's it. I have no authority to speak on behalf of God. I just follow it. How do you follow the Quran? You read the text or hear somebody reciting it to you. The same. What you do, you understand the text within your own capacity. So you assign a meaning to the text according to your own capacity. That is you who decides what it means. I say, I follow the Quran. Never, ever claim that. You cannot follow the Quran. You can follow only what you understood from the text of the Quran within your capacity. That's an enormous amount of interest for all of us. We cannot go beyond our capacity. Whoever claims that I don't say anything but hear what God says. What did he say? أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين? That's the words we are studying. Okay. What do you understand from it? Well, isn't God the most judge of all judges? Now, as soon as I present my understanding of the verse, it becomes my understanding within my capacity, within my area of experiences. That is my conclusion. So, of course, my creator knows my conditions. He created me within these conditions. So he speaks to me according to my capacity, my life conditions, knowing that I cannot get out of my capacity, my life experience. I cannot get out of it. So whatever I see as the good judge within my life, God says, no, be careful. I am infinitely higher degree than I am infinite higher degree of a judge than what you think of a judge within your life experience. You understand these comparisons because there are strange the verses in the Quran saying that Allahu ahsanul khaliqin. Allah is the best of the creators. Or are there any other creators in the universe? So that Allah is the best of them. This language somehow puzzles the students of the Quran, just newly introducing himself to the Quran. I appreciate that if anybody studies the Quran and tries to understand within his even very preliminary level, doesn't matter, but we have to start from zero and go up. That is understandable. So they say, are there any other creators? In your world, you can imagine, you can think, human beings can think, this is also giving a result to this. For example, universe was created by God. Typical example, simple example, and the earth is created by God. Everything is created by God. Tree is created by God. And the tree grows, fruit is produced by the tree. Although I didn't say the word creator, but at the same time, what am I attributing here? the fruits, the result, the produce to the tree. For example, we say sunlight. Sunlight, it means the sun emits light. Yeah, you see? That is our perception of false image of the creator. God says, no, no, no. My creator is creatorship. My quality of being a creator is infinitely beyond it because I am an absolute one, because the creator must be the absolute one, limitless, infinite one. Otherwise, he cannot be the creator, bringing things into existence out of nowhere. His own will, his own knowledge, his own power, his own uh, mm, planning, arrangements, and he just wills it. That's it, because we don't see any hesitations in creation, any gradations, or is it the right word? Grade. It means following one each other. No, all of them happens at the same time. Only the absolute one can do that. Limitless, infinite. We cannot imagine anything like him in this world because the universe is created. Parts of the universe are all created, limited beings, dependent beings. And they are all dependent on the one, whoever he is, who created them. So the creator cannot be like the created dependent beings. Otherwise, he cannot be the creator. If he also was a dependent, limited being, he needs to be created, which is, it is, cannot be the creator, but there must be a creator who gave existence to the universe as we are experiencing here. So we have to understand that the creator's qualities must be, by definition of our perception, our understanding, uh, by definition, must be absolute infinite power. So when we use the word hakim, which is the judge, for God, it is an absolute judge. And within our life experience, somebody's mic is open, is it correct? Okay. Now, iPhone 2. Okay. I can turn your mic off. All right. So, because for the recording, it damages the value of the recording. So we have to respect those people who are going to listen to the recordings of this class. So, by definition, when we speak about when we speak of the creator, we have to speak in terms of absolute. When I speak about my experience of life, I have to be careful that I am giving or assigning a kind of act belonging to something. It means, in terms of creatorship, I am saying, the tree is really the source of existence of its fruit. As if, although the tree itself is created by God, all right, still giving some sort of false attribute of creatorship. So we should read this kind of verses, these comparative verses. There are many in the Quran, but this is the opportunity we are studying now. Is it not God most judge? It means absolute judge of all judges that you can imagine. as if they are judging. For example, you go to court and you see, look, there is a judge there making decisions. All right, that is correct. But as a human being, we cannot create. We ask the Creator to create a world according to our choice. What is happening in this world? So we have to understand that God is the absolute creator. God is the absolute judge, must be by definition. I'm not talking on behalf of God. If I am talking about the quality of the creator, I have to say absolute quality, whether judge or wise or knowledge, knower, all hearing, all seeing, whatever the quality I talk about, God, I must be aware that I have to put an adjective in front of it, absolute, infinite, etc. I mean, all these undefinable words. We cannot define infinite. We cannot define absolute because there is no infinite, there is no absolute in the world. And I have no knowledge, no word for a thing doesn't exist in the world. So I only say, I mean, not finite, no, not limited. This kind of not language. Okay. Uh, how God decides and how God passes judgment. How God passes judgment. Now, do we see that really everything receives it is deserved, what they deserve? Yeah, but sometimes lots of injustice going on in the world.
Sure.
Okay, sorry,
Noise.
sorry. Somebody speaking or what? Or do you want to speak something? Anyone? Okay, I heard the voice as if somebody wanted to speak. Maybe it was a mistake. Okay, we are human beings. We do always wrong things. Okay, now God says, look, human beings can fail in fulfilling their righteous acts. Why? I can do. For example, again, simple example, I can grow a tree, it means put water and take care of it, etc., protect it when it is young, and it I help the tree to grow within the conditions of this life, the earth conditions, whatever it is, we know that we are just following the order of the universe and acting according to the order of the universe, and the tree grows. But I can kill the tree as well on the spot. What happens? If the tree grows, it produces fruit or cleans the air. They call it photosynthesis or something. Now, if I cut the tree, immediately what happens? It stops. Fruit doesn't grow. Immediately the judgment is passed. Human beings, when they cut a tree with no right reason, it means the permission is given to human beings to benefit from what is created. That is how we are created, in need of something from the creation. And the creator says, okay, you can benefit from them without going in excess. It means more than what you need. It is called waste. You cannot waste. It means not waste is not only throw the things in the garbage box, garbage bin, No. Ways is using the things, the provisions given to us more than what we need. Do we really need it? We have to ask the question to ourselves. If I need it, yes. For example, I need wood to make something, as I don't know, furniture or something for myself, then I can cut the tree. And I don't feel somehow that I'm doing something wrong. So in my heart, in my feelings, I don't feel pain. But if I kill a tree or an animal for no reason, for no benefit for me, for not really satisfying my needs, just doing something wrong, because we have free will, we can do wrong things. So if I do it, I lose the benefit of it. For example, there are lots of injustices. What will happen? Of course, if the creator has put this universe into a perfect, balanced, perfect, perfectly arranged form, which is called the order of creation. Perfectly arranged. Everything, whatever the qualities they have, are compatible with each other, support each other, and the result is always the best for the continuation of the existence. Even the purpose in the creation of human beings, for example, we grow young and then start declining. Why? We are getting ready to leave this school of the universe, graduate from it, and accordingly we will be given our degrees. So we will be treated when we are taken out of the school. So this is a temporary place. For human feelings are not satisfied in this world because our expectations, our feelings go much beyond the limitations of this universe. It means I need a life. I am created with this need, perfectly working everything for me. I must enjoy it. That is the need. Most comfortable life. We are struggling here in order to have a better life conditions in this world. So we work so hard, but we know that whatever the best house we have, best means of living we have, whatever it is, whatever they are, everything, food, the transportation means, everything, we know that this world is not to be satisfied fully, because at the end we will die and go from here. We are explicitly told, expressly told in our life conditions that this world is not a permanent place for human beings, but we need a permanent, comfortable, eternal bliss, if you like, uh, infinite life with no worry at all. That's what we are dying for. This universe is not enough. That is how the universe is established, in order to teach us that that is not your permanent place. You are a tenant here. Your body is your house for the spirit and for your soul. And when the soul receives the enough education according to the time allowed to the soul to be here in his house as a temporary place, as a tenant in the house of the body, and the body is in the house of the universe. So we are living in this life creation conditions, and we are always reminded that we are going to live here. This is not a permanent place. This is not a permanent place. Everywhere teaches us it is now fall is gone, winter changing, and the winter keeps changing, reaches its pinnacle, and then goes down, and spring approaches. It means temporary. Spring again, temporary. Summer, temporary. My life is temporary. Universe is continuously changing. Oh, it must be temporary as well, because order is established in this world, and the order says this type of existence of the universe is not permanent. It is temporary. So we understand in this world that we are trained to get ready for another creation. If there was no other creation, there would be no perfect implementation of justice in this world. So, if we understand that as soon as I kill the tree stops being useful for me anymore as a tree. For something else, yes, as a wood, this is not the tree, wood, another function. But as a tree, finishes its functioning. And also, my feeling is in correspondence with this situation. It means if I do something, as much as I know, according to the perception of my, I am not saying Sharia now, my moral value. It means as a human being, I have innate criterion with me to say this is right, this is wrong. But according to the introduction of my God to give me the guidance, and especially verbally explaining to me, don't do this, do this, is another criterion. My criterion, it works under my free will, which means my free will may distort it or keep it right. I am free to decide. I can distort it. I can misinterpret it. I can ignore it. But still it functions, but I try just turn deaf to it. Don't hear my criterion. I try to do that. The voice of my conscience, I may try not to listen to it, but it is there. But I pretend to have not heard of it. But my creator definitely knows what is going on in me, because he's my creator, must know it. So he takes record of it. It means he doesn't need to record somewhere there, but these are all symbolic teachings, so that it is known by the creator. I will be given my degree accordingly, either pass with the highest degree or fail. So accordingly, I will be given the judgment. Absolute judgment will be realized in the hereafter. But here in the next creation there must be another creation where the justice is going to be fully fulfilled. But still, my soul experiences here. It tells me This is right, this is wrong. Although I may try to justify it, I may try to introduce some excuses for it. We say we can rationalize it, for example, killing some people, innocent people, because of the war conditions, for example. We can really rationalize it, but still we know that what we are doing, our conscience teaches us that what we are doing is wrong. Immediate answer is there. But this is not the ultimate effect of the result of our choices. We have to be careful this. This is not the ultimate result of our choices. This is just indication that what I am doing is right or wrong. That is how the universe is established. That is how my soul is qualified or equipped with this quality, that I feel it. I feel it. Why do you think those people who go on war and after that they can come back, if they are alive, they go under very heavy stress, depression, psychological problems? When they get out of this atmosphere of the war conditions, they say, what we have done? Lots of innocent people we killed. And for no reason, for the pride of my national interest. Well, can I kill somebody because he has money and I don't? He has some resources and I don't. For example, okay, this is a nice house. Let me go in. I have my machines with me. Kill the people who live there and settle in it because it is the interest of my life, happiness, or comfort. Can I do that? No. Oh, I shouldn't, but some people can do. What is the mentality of the war, mentality of this interest conflict between people? If I present the case under this pretext of advertisement, yeah, it is this advertisement. You see the fine printings or something. These are all injustices. But they should feel in their feeling that they are benefiting or really getting some benefit on other people's labor, other people's ignorance. They know it. They may seem to be happy, but they feel that they are not honest people. It is a signal. It is not the last judgment. It is a signal that they are doing something right. They are doing something wrong. Everybody, every human being is. If I do something, immediately, if I cut my finger, immediately it hurts. So that is the order of the universe. That is how God willed, how to be the most judge. He is teaching that he is the most judge. But the implementation of the full judgment is not taking place in this world. That is why, if there was no other reason for another creation, another type of creation, where the full judgment is fulfilled, performed, this not fulfilling the judgment fully in this world, which is the case, you see, lots of people are really blood sucking of the innocent people, right? We see that. There is no need to give an example. Yeah, for example, there are people in the world, maybe they don't find even just bread to eat, and look at the garbage bins in where we live. Half of the garbage bins are full of thrown away food. Yep, thrown away food. This is injustice. We know that it is not right. There is no need to read the Quran to tell us that no, this is waste. And also, there are some people don't have a pair of shoes. Go to some poor countries, South American countries or Far Eastern countries, especially the Muslim countries. They don't have one pair of shoes properly, not really old, and don't have any holes in it. Very, very possible reality. Now come here. How many pairs of shoes we have? Example, that's simple example. How many shirts, clothes, trousers, I don't know, skirts, and all these handbags. How many? Yeah, unfortunately, this kind of injustices are going on in the world. And this is not to be ignored by the Creator who created us with a reason, with a mind, with an intellect, with consciousness. And we all understand, everybody understands from the moral values. That is what the Quran starts teaching human beings. Now, during the first almost 13 years of the revelation, Quran trained people in terms of moral values. There was almost no Hajj, no prohibition of anything, gambling, adultery, whatever you call them, drinking. No, praying, fasting. No, they are all later things. What was the Quran teaching? Of course, establishing the foundations of the reality that the universe is transient. Human beings are created for eternal life. God is aware of everybody, whatever they are doing, and we are going to be taken into account. Universe is going to be destroyed. Human beings are going to be destroyed. At the end, everybody will die, and no one will remain here eternally. So everybody is going to be taken away for a judgment. So watch out for the rights of the innocent people, poor people, orphans, all these kind of. Don't claim that you have some sort of higher degree of value than the other human beings. So don't claim that you have the right to rule over other people. Don't claim that you can own slaves as you like and treat them as you like. If you are powerful and rich, you can exploit other people's weaknesses. These kind of subjects, apart from belief matters, practical moral subjects were always brought into the discussion or presented to people's attention. All moral values, not, as I'm sure you are familiar with, Sharia rules. After moral values have been educated, trained, then slowly, the rules of social life, personal life requirements were introduced to human beings. Most of the very severe prohibitions and if you like, do's and don'ts. That's a simple way of putting it. You have to do it. You shouldn't do that. Avoid from this. these kind of things are very late revelations. Prayer is almost the first one, first not very established very firmly, but advise that you have to pray God, you have to worship God, etc. And then slowly fasting starts coming in, introducing that the interest is wrong, but slowly. For example, Hajj, towards the very end, 22nd year of the revelation, 23rd year is the last year. You can imagine prohibition of adultery, committing adultery is very late. So these are this kind of not eating the bacon, pork, and not drinking alcohol later on. Gambling is later on again. So we have to educate our moral values first, and then the other rules of they are called ritualistic prayers, ritualistic actions. Let's call it fasting, like, or going on pilgrimage, for example, not drinking, not eating pork, and other, not committing, of course, adultery, not taking interest. This kind of subjects can only be introduced to those people who have been educated in moral values. Moral values are innate in everybody. But the others are somehow regulating the social life and also giving opportunity to human beings to turn their daily life into worship. For example, the best example is, for me, the very obvious, clear example, prohibition of pork and alcohol. Why? Look, anytime you and I drink anything, if we follow these rules, what comes to my mind? Is it prohibited alcohol or not? When I say, oh, it is not prohibited alcohol, it is just, let's say, fruit juice. It is permitted. Permitted by whom? By the one who created the fruit, who gave the opportunity to me to drink the fruit of the juice of the fruit. He gave me the permission. I drink it in his name. Normal drinking of fruit juice turns into act of worship.
Yeah, in the recording, the afterwards.
What happened? Somebody is speaking, I think. Am I wrong? Osman?
But the youth.
Okay, I muted you, okay? There was something. Some voices. It distracts my attention. At the same time, it's very bad. If you are not going to speak, be careful with your microphone, especially. Video doesn't affect the recording, but I mean, we don't use video for certain reasons. Anyway, we don't want to be personal here, just unanimous. So it is an opportunity for me when I eat something, meat productions, for example. I say, is it a common language? Is it halal? Okay, that's why they say halal. Halal means what? Is it not pork? Okay, I can eat it because the creator of animal, therefore it is meat, is giving the permission to me to eat it. So it reminds me that it's an opportunity to remind me that this action of eating the meat of goat or sheep or whatever, beef, when I'm eating it, I will say, oh, it is permitted by the owner of the meat. So I eat it in his name, because it is created by him. I remember that. It is an opportunity. Just to remember that this is not pork. That's it. It is an opportunity for me to turn my ordinary actions into the act of worship. What a beautiful arrangement. People try to say, why the pork is prohibited? There's one purpose, man. Very simple. To give you the opportunity to turn your ordinary daily activities into a worship of the absolute God. What else do you want? Otherwise, we will eat whatever comes on the table. We will drink whatever comes on the table. And there is no reminder. This kind of prohibitions and commandments, if you like, what the requirements, do this, etc. These are all for our benefit. We have to understand that we forget. We have to be honest. I have to be honest. I forget. If there was no permission and prohibition, I would go into any house, anytime, just jump into the house. But no, God says, get the permission in order to get into somebody's private house, private place. With the permission, you get it. So say, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. I am here not to hurt you. So declare peace and get the permission and then enter. So, excuse me, I will give a very bad example. When the animals get into their stable, do they ask for permission? If the door is open, just say, human beings should not act as animals. This is very important to understand the wisdom in Sharia rules. For example, interest is prohibited. Why? Because I exploit the needy. I exploit the needy who needs some sort of capital to do something and asks me to give it, and I get benefit from it. It means, oh, whole universe is given to me in order to benefit from it. And does the owner of the universe, owner of these opportunities, owner of the earth, owner of the food, clothing, etc., the real owner of this earth, the real owner of my life, does he ask interest? Yeah, you have to give me back more. Or, as the Quran explains, does he say, the God, give me what I have given to you without any interest, I will pay you endless, with endless paradise. Just the opposite. It is in Islamic tradition. When a somehow wealthier person, prosperous person materially, invites the poor people, they are all, nowadays we forgot this value. The society forgot. We don't invite poor people to our houses to present them food or other opportunities. We invite rich and honorable people to our tables. That is a horrible habit change. But Islamic values invite the poor. And when they come and benefit from you, as the Quran explicitly says in chapter Insan, I presented this whatever the good things I present to the needy ones, I don't expect any respect for it, any thank for it. But you can thank me, that's up to you. But I don't expect anything. I only expect God's wish. Liwechillah. It means God's acceptance. It means realization of the act of God. How God gives me, for example, if I grow some plants or look after some animals, God gives me meat, God gives me milk, God gives me wool or whatever, all the skin, etc. I benefit from all from them. Do I pay any interest? No, I just say thank you. Acknowledge that is a grace from you, my creator. I am very thankful to you. I praise you that you are so generous. So what we are expected to do, invite the poor and not necessarily asking them or expecting from them any respect or thank. I shouldn't expect them. They may say something. That's up to them. But this is Islamic value. Islamic societies used to uh, implement this, practice this. They used to give them some extra money or something present, saying that, look, you gave me the opportunity to share what God gave me more than I needed. So I shared the extra things that God gave me, provided for me with you. It was the opportunity to be thankful, to express my thankfulness to God. And you were the means. And I have to appreciate it. Rather than waiting appreciations from them, or waiting some respectful words or attitudes to you, you have to respect them. You have to pay them back because they came to you. But these values are so perfect, so human, so human. Human moral education needs to be done first. That's what the Quran does. At the end, the detailed instructions are presented. This is exactly what human beings need to be done. For example, first we have to educate people morally, educate myself morally. It means just to get to know what values within me first, and then try to practice them. After that, employ the Sharia rules. What does it mean? It doesn't mean that, oh, I'm not perfect in my moral education, so I have to wait after they perfectly established, and then I will start fasting and practicing other rules of, these are rituals. They are called rituals, so ritualistic actions. It is just cheating yourself. But we are talking in principle. That is perfectly fitting to human nature, the way we are created. The one who created us within this condition is the most judge one. So he is the most just one. He is the most just one. Perfectly fitting to my nature, the way I am created. All the things which goes beyond this justice in this world, what I would expect from the one who created me with this justice, must fulfill the ones we are not established in this world. We are not really practiced. So unpracticed justice must be performed somewhere else. If there was no other reason for another type of creation, which is called next world or hereafter, whatever you call it, resurrection, whatever you call it, or the day of judgment, or the names are not important. Another type of creation where the full judgment will be established is called the hereafter now, and it must be created because somebody kills, let's say, 3 people, some crazy people go there or for whatever the reason they may have psychological, I don't know. But somebody does something wrong in this world. Always we see that. How can you punish them? Sometimes most of them are not punished at all in this world. They just go around it and do what the powers and all other ways, and somebody somebody can do that. Most of the people really are not treated in the justice way, in the just way in this world. Some people harm others, transgress others, wrong others. Some people are innocent to be wronged. And if someone cheated me and ran away, let's say, took my wallet away and ran away, I wasn't powerful enough. I am not powerful enough to catch him. He disappeared. That's it. I am deprived of my right. What shall I do? I cannot do anything. But I am the innocent one. So how can I really see the justice happening here in this world? No justice. So I have to be given my right back by the one who created me with the desire to fulfill the justice. He is the most just one, must be the just one. Everything is created. For example, there are millions of different kinds of creatures. Every creature has different life conditions. Their body design, their abilities to protect, to feed themselves, to protect themselves, etc., to take care of their life conditions exactly as they need. Don't we see that? The birds are given all they are created to fly, so they fly, and they are created with the eye. They can see their prey or their food far away. There are some birds, they see miles away. They smell miles away. Every creature is created with full equipment in order to continue their life conditions. So some exceptional creatures or the acts of creation is another matter. We are talking in general terms. Out of 1,000, out of 10,000, there may be a bird created with broken wing, for example. Maybe there are some people are created with, I don't know, something wrong with their body, something wrong with their mind. Yeah, but they will be rewarded. They will be really given justice in the next creation. That is what we expect from the creator of this universe. So we shouldn't forget, nothing is ignored in the universe or by God. If something is not fulfilled, if I am not punished for my transgressions of other people's rights, and if I'm not paid back for my, when I victimize of some injustice, treatment of injustice somewhere here by a person, by the institution, whatever, under the disguise of competitive economic conditions, etc. We have to compete. It means we have to cheat the customers and buyers, clients. we have to pretend in this way or another way. For example, I am not very well qualified in something, and I present myself and prepare a resume which shows me the best man in this field, etc. I cannot do that, and I know I'm doing wrong, but I justify it, rationalize it by some reasons, make up an excuse. You can do that, but you know that something is wrong. But the Creator says, okay, you are given the free will to do this, but the consequence of your action will definitely be taken into account. Never forget that. Either here or the next creation. It doesn't mean that it never happens here. No, sometimes it happens here. Depending on the wisdom of the Creator, we don't know when and how it will happen. That's not sure. And we have to trust the Creator's being the most just one. And if not in this world, definitely there must be another creation where the full justice will be applied. That's what I understood from this. ليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. Okay. Shall we? Oh,
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ali. Can I
yeah.
ask a question? I had my hand raised.
I'm not looking at them. Now I see now. Okay, go ahead, of course. Now I'm muting
All
myself.
right. All right, so thank you so much. It was a great expounding on the verse, and we emphasized a lot on how we can see justice manifested in the universe by attributing it to something not of the nature of this universe. And at the same time, the examples given were clear as well in terms of we can apply it practically to our lives. And also what we mostly say in these discussions is how this universe is an education platform where everyone is being trained and educated. And that's, it's a very positive mindset where one shouldn't be looking at anything in terms of, hey, punishment or failure. Rather, it's an educative process that we are all undergoing. And at the same time, what's really a slap to one's realities that, hey, I get what I deserve. In other words, the creator of the universe treats everyone according to what they deserve. So keeping all this in mind, one can really try to put themselves in this training mode and that I'm being educated. Now, you emphasized a lot on justice and how justice is manifested, a just one. And sometimes you may see that, hey, that was not just. Where's justice here? Where is, people may even say, hey, where's, what we claim to be God? Where's God in that picture? I don't see justice. And yeah, that's what we see. And so how can we perhaps educate ourselves in this regard is also to expand our understanding of how we view the world in terms of this world is not it. This place is permanent abode. And so definitely if I witness or experience something to be unjust, then there must be another type of existence where justice will be manifested. And so going back to your example about, and just like, somebody taking John's wallet, let's say hypothetical person, John, and then somebody takes his wallet and then runs out. And all right, obviously there's this sense of, hey, how did this happen and all that, you would feel that there is no justice here, not, the thief just ran away and we can't even catch him or her. But at the same time, okay, so that would make sense, but how can I perhaps make sense of my experiences here in terms of, yes, I realize that that this is an education platform, I'm being trained, somebody's teaching me, but how can I, in some experiences, how can I perhaps apply the case to myself, or how can I see wisdom? In other words, how can I see wisdom in my experiences, and at the same time understanding it just one in terms of, yeah, justice will be manifested, but how can I take the wisdom from something, from an experience? I'm not sure if the question is clear.
I think you were focusing on justice.
Was that?
You're trying to focus on justice.
Yeah.
You're trying to understand how do you see justice in that? Or?
Yeah, like, no, so I would, so in certain situations in life, like experiences, you do say, hey, that was not just. So definitely justice will be manifested somewhere, but what do I make out of that experience? So that's the question. Thank you.
Ultimately, what I see in this type of considerations, you are not the only one. Everybody complains about injustice going on, and they keep asking, where is God? All injustices are going, which kind of world it is, etc. First of all, we have to establish our understanding of existence. What is this existence? How it came into existence? How it is happening? Who is responsible for it? Without establishing this, we cannot talk about anything. Because if the world has no owner, why should I expect that justice should be fulfilled or performed, accomplished? Why? It is accidental. Everything happens accidental. It happened to be like this by itself. I have no reason to see that there must be a justice. But if I say, I believe in God, and what is the evidence for it for you? Why did you believe in God? I'm a Muslim, that's why I believe in God. No, it doesn't make necessarily that you are born into a Muslim family that you believe in God. It is just an absurd claim. You have to have reason for your conclusions. So for this, the universe is a clear evidence out there. We have to investigate the universe, see the creation, how it is happening, and who or what is responsible for the existence of the universe. And in the universe, how the things are working, so that the things will be signs to the qualities of its creator. Look at the order of the universe. Do you see any injustice in the order of the universe? Even the calamities, we call them turmoils or this kind of things happening in the world, catastrophes, we call them, they are happening within a perfect order. They are not accidental. They know, for example, they investigate the signs which are already ingrained in the order of the universe. They are not just absurd, unexpected things. No, they are. If only we can discover the rules. It means everything in the universe is under control of its creator. And it is done according to a perfect order. According to a perfect order. That is how the universe is functioning. So, that is one side of the matter. The other side, our human beings, for example, we want justice to be established. What? Where did I get this idea, this sense, this quality? And, out of atoms. atoms, I get this. Accidentally, every human being has a sense of justice. Did I learn it from my mother? Most probably my mother didn't know even the word of justice. So she was an illiterate. May Allah bless her spirit. so she only knew how to say the names of the fruits and vegetables that we eat. That's it. The others don't know the names. So she didn't know this kind of words. Who taught me this? It is in me. So I have to question my own creation now, not on the creation of the universe, my own creation, my the creation of my own senses. Where did I get them? The one who created me gave me the sense of need for justice, desire for justice, struggle for justice. Whether you are a believer or not, that is the need. It's there. And you cannot attribute the sense of justice to matter. Matter has no feelings at all, no quality apart from being existed according to the order of the universe and subjected to the order of the universe. That's it, nothing else. Everything is under the control of the creator of the universe. Everything is dependent on his will, on his choice, on his design of the universe. Order of the universe, we call it. So my being also is designed, arranged by the creator of the universe and given this sense to me. That is the another evidence for me that I have to take care of. This is not an accident, that I need justice. That is why I am given the sense of justice in order to protect the justice, struggle for justice, and never commit injustice. That is the sense is given to me. And it is a deliberate act of creation. Deliberate, designed act of creation I have to establish. If I don't understand this there again, if I say, I have a sense of justice, excuse me, from where did you get it? From where did you get it? Who are you, first of all? Are you the creator of yourself? Are you the designer of yourself? What are you doing? Are you aware of what you are saying? I am the owner of the sense of justice. You are given. You have to question, where did I get it? Why did I get it? What may be the purpose of in its existence? What is the wisdom in its existence? Because it is a very wise design that every human being has almost the same senses, but we may misuse it, we may use it in the right way, correctly. But we are free, but we know that we have the senses, common senses. Who designed human beings like this? With these senses, what is the source of existence of this? So when we understand that, when we conclude that the creator of the universe has a quality of justice, so that he introduces himself to me by creating the sense of justice within me and need for justice within me, so that I will understand that the creator is the absolute just one. That's what I have to establish for myself. And then I see that among the human relationships, human interactions, there are injustices. There is injustice going on everywhere. Uneducated people are victimized of many organizations, deceptions. The weak ones are treated badly. Poor ones are exploited because of their poverty rather than because of their poverty. Human feelings tell me that we have to help them. What we do, we exploit their poverty. We know that they have nothing to eat. So we say, okay, I'm going to give you food. Are you going to work for me 8 hours a day at least, or 10 hours a day? Even the children in many societies are subject to make them work for 12 hours a day because they have nowhere to go. They have nothing to eat. They are just children, innocent children, for any reason. And we say, okay, he's bound to, he doesn't have any other option. So if I give him $100 a day, he will work. Well, okay, $10, still he will work. He doesn't have any other option. $2, yes. In many places in the world right now, people work for $5 a day, $2-3 a day. Come on, it is injustice. Of course, we know that these things should not happen. That's why people get angry with the notion of God without knowing what they are talking about, the notion of God. Who created the sense of justice, the desire for justice within me? I am saying you are not a just one. What am I doing? It is an obvious contradiction. I am using the tool who gave me in order to give me the opportunity to get to know him. I am using this tool against him, to criticize him. By using the sense of justice given to me by my creator, I am saying to my creator, you are not a just one. According to what? According to sense of justice in me. Where did he get it? From the one I am attacking. I am creating. I am criticizing. Sorry. So what is happening here? It is very interesting. Because we don't have the conscious of the creation of myself, the universe, etc. We borrow the concept of God from the society without knowing what it means for me. So if I know that the one who gave me the sense of justice and I am treated in an unjust way, it means the one who is the source of existence of justice is telling me that this is not going to be forgotten. Trust me. I am going to take revenge on your behalf. Where? There is nothing here in this world, of course. This world is a transient place. What happens, for example, if someone comes and beats you up in your house or in the street, what do? You take him to court, don't you? Or they call the police and take him to court. Okay. When are you expecting that the justice will be accomplished? In the court. That is how we are establishing our social life, using our human qualities. These qualities are given to me by my creator, given to us by our creator. So where is the court of the creator? That's what we have to ask. Where is it? In this world? Partial. Not it's of vague, not very clear. You go to court in this world, and the judge may be misled. The person may have introduced to the court false evidence, false witness, This all happens, we know. It means justice is not accomplished here. So, what is the creator of my sense of justice doing? He says, don't worry. Don't worry. There will be a day of judgment. As we read, uh, the verse says, كذبوا بيوم الدين. What was the word? Come on. When I think about it, I don't remember the verse. يكذبوا بيوم الدين. Some, which understand that the deen is where the debts are paid. What is the debt? All my mistreatments are to be taken into account. That's why people translate the day of judgment as, translate the Yawm al-Din as day of judgment. Everything will be perfected. There must be a court of the Creator. If it is not here, definitely there must be a court of the Creator. That's why the Quran says, don't worry. For example, when the Quran, of course, speaks in a figurative way, always speaking to the Prophet, speaking to me, and said that, don't worry. Don't just hurt yourself that the people are committing injustice and they are not really punished. So those innocent victims are not really, the rights of the innocents are not really recovered here in this world. I am going to take care of them. You try to establish the justice as much as you can, because I gave you the sense for the desire of justice. So that is your duty, but the ultimate result will be on me. That's why the Quran always says, those who believe that their sense of judgment, I am explaining this, there's no such verse, don't misunderstand. So don't, you have to understand that I am the one who gave you the sense of justice. So I am your creator. I am going to take care of all these injustices where my court is established. Where is it? There will be a place, there will be a creation. Definitely there must be a creation, we understand, in order to establish the justice. That's why hereafter is called as the day of judgment, where the supreme judgment is going to take place. The Quran is full of depictions, or this presenting to our views which kind of day of resurrection will take place, day of gathering will take place. Everybody's books, it means records, are written in the perfect form, and nothing is missed. Nothing is missed. So everybody will be taken into account for whatever they have done here. Not only the injustice among human beings. If I deny the Creator, I am doing injustice to the whole universe, because they shout that we are created by an absolute being. I say, no, you stupid creatures are accidental beings. Isn't that injustice or unjust treatment of the universe, witnessing to their creator, teaching me, and I'm not listening to them, I'm insulting. Go to the class, the professor is teaching something to you, you go to the class, you are talking nonsense, stupid man, shut up. Are you not insulting the professor? And do you think the professor will be pleased with it? Exactly the same way the creatures are treated by those people who criticize the creator, saying that if you are there, there should be no injustice in the world. And the creatures, all the creatures, the stars and the atoms and everything in the world will say, this guy insulted us. We were the witnesses. They told us that they called us that we are liars, we are meaningless, we have no meaning. So the whole universe will complain about their rights to be acknowledged to those people who criticize the creator. As if creator doesn't know how to establish the justice, although he gave us the need, the sense of need for justice. We have to understand these apparent contradictions, and the wisdom is we have to try to establish the justice as much as we can, but most of the time we cannot. Especially nowadays, there is no way to establish the justice. Everywhere is advertisement. It means false presentation of the productions. Everywhere is companies, big companies, swallowing up the small laborers. How can I stop it? I cannot manage this, but I will try my best as much as I can, but I have to put my trust into the creator of the sense of justice, who is the creator of the universe, called God. That's why the Quran keeps saying, keeps reminding that those people who believe in God must lay their trust in God, that God will take care of everything and definitely the justice must be accomplished. So there will be a supreme court of resurrection day. Everybody will be taken into account for whatever they have done in this world. Accordingly, the degrees will be written, failed or failed very badly. 0 degree, 1 degree, 10 degrees, and the grades go up, up, up. And then that is why the very vivid description of hell is presented to us, description of hell presented to us as much as we understand in the Quran, in order to let us know that this creator of the universe is not going to ignore any injustices in this world. But I have to try because of the sense it is given to me as the trust. I have to try my best, but definitely I will not be able to accomplish the accomplish justice. So I will trust the rest of the remaining of injustice in the world to the taking care of God. That is called trust in God. He will definitely take care of it. That's why the resurrection and the new creation must take place, because this world is full of injustice and it is not really saved from these injustice activities. So that's what I get the wisdom in this creation. Put your trust in God and definitely establish the belief in the necessity of the existence of an eternal life where everybody will be treated according to what they have done here and rewarded or punished. That is necessary. That is how we want those unjust people to be punished in this world. So if they are not punished as much as they deserve to be punished, there must be a place to be punished. That is called hell. And those people who struggle for justice, there must be rewarded in a place that is called paradise. As far as our subject is concerned, I was expecting to go into the chapter Quraysh today, but inshallah we will start from chapter Quraysh next Monday. It is too late. I'm sorry. Any burning questions? And I want to say something. I am ready to listen. Otherwise, yep.
Brother Ali,
Yeah.
do you think next week we can ask a little bit more questions on this sense of justice, or this quality justice manifested? Because I think there are some questions.
Now we are here to make the have the meaning of the Quran as clear as we can. So if there is a need, how can I say no? It's impossible. So if we need something, but first establish these fundamental principles, and then think about the questions. Not only you, every one of us. Why we have to establish the fundamental principles of existence in the world? It means who God is, really. Where did we get this idea of God? Otherwise, borrowing the notion from someone without really knowing what I am talking to. There is lots of injustice going on. Where is God? If there was God, there should be no evil in the world. There should be no injustice. Injustice also is a kind of evil, the main evil, maybe we can call it. There should be no evil in the world. Okay, yes, there should be no evil. Don't worry. But what do you mean by God? They don't know what they are talking about. So we have to define what God means for me perfectly, squarely, if you like. We have to know what we are talking about, and then we can discuss. Otherwise, borrowing the language, self-contradictory language developed by the unbelieving people or disbelieving people in God, and using the word God without knowing what they are talking about, and their questions, we have to, I am afraid that I can discuss all this, of course, we can discuss all together, but we may fall into vicious circle. While criticizing the creation of something, I am criticizing this creation by using the quality which is given to me by my creator and attacking my creator with the sense he has given to me. What does it mean? It doesn't mean that I don't want. No, we can talk all together. We can, if we cannot answer the questions, then we have to say, I don't know. That means I have to learn, and I may be wrong. I have to admit, all of us. So together we will work. Why not? I wouldn't say no at all, as far as it is a need for us, but we have to be careful, not as we criticize that unbelievers talk about God without defining it, without knowing what they are talking about. We shouldn't borrow the questions and criticism of those people who don't believe in God, and contradictory questions present to us. We shouldn't really repeat those questions and fall into the vicious circle again. If we are aware of it, why not? We can talk about it, inshallah. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So, any more? It's too late, really, 15 minutes late. All right? Any more? No. I think, okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله